Hi guys, welcome back. So here we go, as promised. This is APBA Bowling, Pro Bowling, and today we are in Torrance, California for the 1988 AC Delco Classic semi-final between these two legends, Pete Weber on your left and Walter Ray Williams on the right. Okay, I've got the camera on a stand, so I'm a bit more hands-free, and hopefully it should be, better to watch than my erratic camera holding. um, I'm going to just tell you the scores, and at the end we'll look at the score sheet and have a recap of what's going on. So we'll catch up over the video, and we'll talk about the game and what's going on here. But we're going to start off with I'm going to use two standard red and white die here, and we're going to throw them into the bowling lane. And I've got these homemade bowling pins that I showed in the last video. They're like simply for instance, here's one that's not been painted. These were from a Halma set, like a sort of a Chinese checker set that I picked up in a thrift store, as you say in the US, or a charity shop, as we say in the UK. And yeah, so I painted it basically. So we got that fella, and it's converted into this fella. So like with watercolor paint, that's all, and a felt marker, and I sort of made a set of 7 bowling pins for the spares and things. Okay, right, now that's out of the way. Right guys, so here we go. So we're going to have, so you can see the cards here, so you can see the results. So I'm going to throw the dice. I've got my charts off to the left, off screen, and I'm going to let you know what happens, So off we go. Pete Weber here now, right-hander, from Florissant, Missouri, one of the all-time greats, 5'7", 135 pounds. Here he comes, Pete Weber. And he throws a 32, which is a 12 result. 12 is a 6-9. So he gets an 8, and here are those things, 6 and 9. So Pete Weber, 8. So now I'm looking at the 2 pin spares for 6-9. Is it a split? No, it's not a split. He should have no trouble here. Pete gets ready with his ball, rolls, can you see that? 35, which on his card is a 3, and they go down easily. So Pete spares the first frame. Here comes Walter Ray Williams. Walter Ray Williams, of course, was a champion horseshoe thrower. I think he won the world championship something like 21 years in a row, or there's something to do with 21. I think he also threw over 1,000 ringers consecutively. So something else about Walter Ray Williams that you might have not been aware of, but he's often been regarded as one of the goats of 10-pin bowling. Here he is here in 1987 card he's got here. He really came to his power in around the mid-90s, and he was basically unbeatable at that point. Anyway, here we go. Walter Ray, big tall fella from Stockton, California, not too far from where we are at the moment in Torrance. 51 is the roll. Try and get it into the end there. There's a 1, so that's a strike. He's now going to take his second frame. Double 1, that's another strike for Walter Ray. He just marches back down the lane, and Weber now with his slightly creased forehead. 1988, by the way, guys. Doug Williams, I don't suppose you remember him. He was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. and he won it with the Washington Redskins. I think they beat the Denver Broncos by quite a considerable amount. Here is Pete Weber. 16 on his card is S result. So we add the next two dice together is a 9. Second frame S9. 5-7. 5-7. There they are. Let's look up what we have to do here. 5-7. Grab my glasses. 5-7. Looks like it might not be on that spares board. 5-7. Is it a split? Possibly. 5-7. Bear with me, because if you know the game, there's plenty of charts. Yes, it's a split. Okay, so he's going to need a number really here under 5 to guarantee it. And he rolls a 9. And Pete Weber's 9, he rolls a 63, is a 10. Oh dear, he's a right hand, that's a RP5, so we go to another column to roll. He needs a 1, 2, or 3 result here. He's got a 5. Oh no, sorry, he's got a 23, is an 8. He's left one. He just clips the outside of the pin and leaves the center pin. Pete Weber with an 8 and a 1 open. So that is 10, that's going to be 18 plus 9. So Pete Weber on 27, Williams now on 2 strikes, but it's Weber with his second roll of the series. Oh, he's going for the 3rd frame now. Here comes Pete with that very high arcing backswing. 25. 25 is a 1. Instant recovery for Pete. He goes back to his chair looking a bit solemn. Of course, in 1988, it was the great Russian perestroika movement. Gorbachev and Reagan were meeting, and it was the kind of beginning of the dissolution of the USSR as we know today, or as we knew then. He was on the way to making it Russia. Always on My Mind was number 1 in the UK, followed by Tiffany. I Think We're Alone Now was number 1 in the US as well. Do you remember that one? Right, here's Walter Ray Williams. 62. That is a strike. 3 strikes in a row for Walter Ray. Walter Ray goes for the 4th frame. 35. Another one. Strike again. 4 in a row for Walter Ray Williams. Oh my goodness. Here comes Pete Weber now, coming up for his 4th frame. Pete rolls a 55. Can you see that? Yeah. 55. That's a 1. That's a strike. That's 2 in a row for Pete. Both players now striking against each other, but Pete's had that open frame. 5th frame for Pete Weber. Here's a 26. 26 is a T result. T result is 7 in the 5th frame. 7 is right hand. There's 1, 2, 4 leave. Let's get the handy pins out. 1, 2, 4. That should be an easy pickup for Pete Weber there. Let's just roll these dice. 22 on the spares is a 1. Down they go. So 7 spare. So 10 plus the next 2 is 27. It's 54. So Pete Weber after 4 frames has got 74. Walter Ray is on 4 strikes, so he's only got a 30 in his first box at the moment. Walter Ray now coming for his 5th frame. He's on for a 5th strike here. Can he do it? He's He's rolled a 6. Look, I'm shaking this die, guys. Like, I'm shaking it. I'm shaking it. Shake it, baby. Shake it. Remember Paul Newman in the trees in the... what was the film? Where he's eating the 50 eggs. Cool Hand Luke. And he's in the woods, and they're all on the chain, you know, they're all hitting rocks, and he has to go to the toilet, and so they let him off the chain, and he has to go behind a tree. But while he's behind the tree doing his business, he's going, "I'm shaking it, boss. I'm shaking it." So I'm shaking it. Anyway, let's go. 63. Walter Ray Williams. 63 is a 10. That's not what we want. 10. Unless you're a Pete fan, Walter Ray with a 10 in the 5th frame leaves a 4-7. There they are back there. 4-7 for Walter Ray. It's not a split. He should be okay here. That's a 63. Is a 10. All right, still good enough. Down they go. So an 8 spare. So 10, 60, 10 plus next to 20. So Walter Ray, I'm just calculating his score, is so far on 108 after 4 frames, and Pete Webber's on 74. And Walter Ray now go into the 6th frame. I suppose you can see this here. That's where we are at the moment. So Walter Ray now has his next frame up. Alright guys, it's all live and dandy here. Here we go, 6th frame, Walter Ray Williams. Oh dear, of course I've dropped the die. Maybe that's an omen. Maybe I should switch dice. Okay, let's go. Dice switch. He's changed balls. Ray Williams has changed his balls. 53 is a 1. Success. Down they go. 10, 20. He goes up to 128 in the 5th frame. Now, back to Pistol Pete. It's not Pistol Pete. It's not Pistol Pete Maravich. He's Pete Webber. Alright guys, here we go. 53 for Pete is a 13. No, is a 1. Which is a strike. Down they go. So he goes up to 94 in the 5th as opposed to 128. Pete now really could do with a run of strikes. Let's go. Pete Webber, 54 is a 7. 7 in the 7th leaves the 10 pin. Rings across the back, just misses it, and he's going, his head's in his hands. Can't believe it. Single pin. Single pin conversion. 63 is a 10. I'm sure that's going to be okay. Yeah, he gets it. Just clips the outside edge. He now goes to 114 after 6. Back to Walter Ray now. 7th frame. On a strike. 54 is a 7. 7 in the 7th. Well, we just had this one. Here's a 10 pin. Walter Ray leaves the 10 pin. We're just going to roll this and see if it's a high number. We'll check it. 25 is a 2. No, he grabs it. Bang. 148 after 6. So in the 6th frame, it's 148 Walter Ray Williams, and 114 is some 34 pins ahead. And now he goes to the 8th frame. Walter Ray is cruising along here. 64 is a 1, another strike for the Maestro. Back to Pete Webber, in a bit of trouble here. He really needs to strike out to have any chance. 36 is a 1. He strikes. 10 plus next ball is 20, 134. 10 plus next ball is 20, 168. Pete now with the next roll. 32 is a 12 in the 9th. Doesn't sound good. 610. Oh dear. Oh, that's okay. pin goes busting across and goes right between the two pins, leaving him the 610. So that's an 8. 610. He needs any number up to a 12, really. 45 is a 14. RP3. So we have to re-roll here. RP3. He needs a number under 11. 13. He's obviously in a bit of trouble here. 13. He's got a 6. He gets it. Pete Weber. 154. Okay, back to Walter Ray Williams. Let's just have a little look at the scoreboard. Sorry guys, I don't want to move the camera too much. Can you see there at the end? Walter Ray is on a strike, and it looks like, you know, he just needs to basically complete his frames and he's going to win. So let's see how it goes. Walter Ray Williams now comes to the 9th frame. 54. That's a 7. And he's left the 1 pin. Unusual smash there. So that's a 9. Well, he should convert this one. Anything under a 13 result. The dice have got it. 43 is a 9. He gets it. 20. So it's 188 now against 154. Now he's coming to the 10th frame. Walter Ray Williams. The first one is vital. 43 is a 9. That's not going to do it. 4-7 leave. They're back there. So that's an 8. 10 plus next ball is 18. So that's 206. Right, here we go. We've got 4-7. Anything under a 12 result. 21 is a 9. He just grabs it. So final rack here for Walter Ray Williams to get his score. 8 spare so far in the 10th, and scores 25, which is a strike. Yep. So 10 plus next ball is 20. So Walter Ray Williams finishes with a 226. Back to Pete Weber now. He cannot get to him, so he's just coming up and he's just throwing the ball down in distaste. It's a 2, which leaves the 7 pin. That's a 9. 7 pins in the corner. Pete Weber, 10th frame. Double 1. Bang. Gets it. And now to complete his score, the machine comes down with a full set of 10. Pete throws it down the lane. 31. Strike. So 10 plus next one is 19. That's 173. 10 plus next one is 193. Pete Weber. 226. To show you this now, guys. Where's the thing? Sorry. Right, there we go. Pete Weber against Walter Ray Williams. I think Williams was just cruising there, really, and that was actually a strike on the end there. And yet, so Walter Ray will go through to the final against John Berardi in the next match. And yeah, quick one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the format there. Well, I wasn't jogging the camera around too much. See you later, guys. Have a good afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Lots of love. See you in the next one. Bye.